Okay, today, one of the most, great things I got to do was me and my mom went into town because today was, you know, she receives, her check. So, we went to the bank and we got to go do laundry, much needed laundry, and we finally had a spot where we could go do that. And it was quite expensive to do laundry because we had a lot of sheets and blankets and stuff like that. So it was close to $50. That's pretty expensive. However, you know, we won't have to do it again for a while. That's why I have this nice little blue um, cover on top of my comforter because it is hard to you can't just put it in a washer. We had to get the big ones. But at the laundromat they have these big washers, and I got to wash my Care Bear today. I got to put this and other stuff in it. Just kind of held it. But this is my Care Bear. And my Care Bear, I love it, but I couldn't have it on my bed for, a while because it was just too dusty and stuff and it was affecting my breathing. So if y'all are having trouble breathing, remember to wash your bedding, your curtains, any stuffed animals because that affects respiratory. But this wonderful Care Bear was, I have a story behind it. Anyways, I traveled with the carnival in my van for a little bit, and it was an experience. It was just an experience. And I found out it doesn't pay out very well. But anyways, I traveled with this carnival, and I got to be a carny in another sense. It was not fun at all, but either way, I found joy in it, and it I grew from the experience. And I didn't like any of the carnival toys, and I saw how they stored the toys. Like they get rained on, and they get handled and dusty, and those are like the worst of the worst. Like after I discovered that, I would not go to any carnival and buy any of their play any of their games for the stuffed animals. Not to mention they're made cheap, and carny games are rigged, believe it or not. They make it harder for you to do, so it is impossible most of the time because they do set them up in a way where the house has the odds. So anyways, as the carnival was over and I was heading back to warmer climates, I talked to the spirit about, because I wanted a stuffed animal, but I didn't like what they had, and I was talking to the spirit, and I was like, I really, wanted a big stuffed animal, to represent that time, that experience I had, something like a memento. And, I was going down the road and I saw a Goodwill, and the spirit was like, well, go inside the Goodwill. And I was like, okay. Lo and behold, I saw it. And I love Care Bears. Like, I really, truly love Care Bears. And this is a big, huge ass Care Bear. And I'd never seen one before. I grew up poor in the 80s and 90s, so I couldn't afford this shit, okay? But when I got older, I started, buying toys and stuff like that when I could. And this was in the Goodwill, and it was in my price range. I didn't even have a bunch of money because I just got done, working for a carnival, so I think I might have had $300 or $400. And, in my wallet, and I had to get gas and all that stuff, repairs. It's not a lot of money when you have to drive and stuff like that. But, oh, and I was so excited, and it was a happy moment when I came across this Care Bear. Yeah. Beautiful Care Bear. And this Care Bear got washed today. Oh, and it smells so good. I use like in the laundry soap for it was one of those big huge washers that holds about 8 loads, and I just used a tab, which is dye free, fragrance free, all that, and I just used one in that 8 loads, and um and it smells good. And anyways, and it just turned out so cute. Anyways, that's my That's one of my best moments. Today I enjoyed going and doing laundry and cleaning my big ass bear so it could go back on my bed.